Hello everybody, I'm going to do a modification to the Lee bullet feeder. It's the one everybody has seen, but nobody's really showed you how to lay everything out. At least I can't find that video. And I've got the best thing I can get with some metal is a tin can. And I'm going to walk you through on making the side pieces, and then there's two little pieces that goes on the fingers themselves. And what this mod is for is when you have a bullet that drops, and I don't know if this one will work or not, when you have a bullet that drops down and the fingers go back to pick it up, and you got your bullet that drops down and the fingers pick it up, and then when it goes forward, if for whatever reason you don't have a case underneath for this to feed on, it'll go, it goes up, but there's no case coming up, so it'll come back down. The bullet will still be in the fingers, and when it retracts back, the next bullet, let's see if I can get this, okay, now you can see there's two bullets there. The next bullet, when it retracts back, hits it, and it falls out, and you have to pick it up, put it right back down in the chute, because there it picks up another one. And if you don't have any cases in your shell plate, every time that thing has a bullet in it and it comes back, it's going to drop another one. What this mod will do, when it goes out here and it raises up to be fed and there's no case, when it comes back, what happens is the mod, this fingers will come back that far, and that's as far as it'll come. So you won't lose that, it won't drop out. And then when a case does come around, it's there to feed, it'll get fed into the case, and then you'll come back, and these fingers, the way this is designed, will go back in, pick up the next bullet, come out with it. So hopefully I can get all this shown in a video. But this is the Lee bullet feeder. Right now what's in it is a 40 caliber bullets, and as soon as I get all the tools together, I'll start videoing that. Okay guys, the Lee bullet feeder mod, I completed one. I've got two bullet feeders, so I'm going to do one and actually show you how I done it. Take you through the steps. But I wanted to do one first to see how it was going to work, if it was going to work with just what I had laying around the house. Tell you right up front, I didn't have any aluminum stock to put the aluminum on the fingers that grabs the bullets, but I had, I know everybody has bought shirts from JCPenney and Sears and everything. When you buy those shirts, they have these little plastic clips. Of course, I've cut this one off, but they clip the collars down or whatever. That's what I had. So let me grab the camera here and I'll show you what I've done. Okay. If you can see it, let me turn the light on because I probably got glare from the other light. And I'm going to have to make it, there we go. Okay, if you can see it, there it is. And here is the pieces of plastic that I put on. Now, if you can see this while I'm trying to operate the handle, I don't have any bullets in there, but it goes out. You can see that piece of plastic there on the side. It goes out, of course goes up, then I bring it back, and you see it already went back into place here. Okay, so it is working. This has come from a tin can, and this thickness, I've got two square pieces of a butter bucket lid cut and glued together, and then it's glued to the metal spring here, or metal sheet, same way here on the other side. And I don't have any problem with this part clearing the rod and the nut and the bracket here, as you'll see here when it comes up. Comes up, completely misses it, and you see how that came right on back in. Okay, I got 45 caliber bullets in here, and as you can see I got 40 caliber dies, but I forgot to change the bullet seating die. So that was one reason I was having little issues. But if you'll watch, out comes the bullet, goes out to be fed, comes back in, and look at there, it stopped. Go back out, come back in, it stops. Now I'm going to drop it. Okay, going out like I was seating it. Comes back in, picks up another one. Goes out, comes in. So let's do this again. Work all these out. Comes back in, picks one up. There it went. Like I was seating, come back, pick up another one. Well, it should be the last one. Nope, there's one more. Picks it up. Okay, still won't bring it in. And it dropped that one. But there, went back in. So there it is. Now I'll show you everything you need. Alright, I've taken the bullet seater off the press. Of course, this is your actuating rod that I've taken off. And of course, we all know what the bullet seater looks like. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove this, set it aside, along with rubber O-ring, and work that loose. Take this actuating rod off, and of course you see I've got the return spring. That has been a great big benefit. Okay, I'm going to pull this rod out, and I will go ahead and remove the screw. Set it aside. And there's the fingers. There's the die body itself. And here is the holder that holds the die body. Okay. Set the die body aside because I won't need it. I just need this piece and this piece. I'm going to set them aside. Now I did sit down, try to trace out the size I thought it needed to be. What you need is a regular tin can, and as you can see, I've already cut 2 holes in it, so I could do my first one, see how it would work. You need a Dremel tool with a cutting disc, and all you do make sure you got safety glasses on. first one. Now it's just trial and error, and here I'm basically trying to flatten this out. Now you have to use a anvil and a hammer or something to flatten it out, but basically there's the shape you want. I'll cut out the second one. And there's the other one. Now of course you can take that cutting disc and smooth the edges, get off any burrs, whatever you want to do. But you end up, and you got to also remember, these have to be opposite each other. Let's see if I can show you that. They have to be opposite each other, okay? Because when these go on, they'll look like that. When they go on, like I said, they'll be glued on. There's a spacer that goes on in here. And you want to try to keep these edges here flush, so when the arm, the fingers, are working, they're going in and out freely, and there's no bullet in there. And when it comes back and you got those little ears on here, when they have a bullet, they catch. They won't go back no further. That's how you keep from having the bullet fall out. Okay, like I said, just a tin can. Wife makes some green beans or some corn or something, save the tin can. Now, I'll show you what I'm going to use for spacers. Now I did use this butter lid, but I ended up having to put two pieces together, glue them together, then glue them to this. That I'll show you what I'm going to use here in just a second. Okay, what I've decided to use is a piece of cardboard that's about the right thickness. I don't even know exactly what the right thickness is. I think one guy said 0.012. This is 0.029. So I'm hoping this will work. Like I said, I had to put two of those pieces of butter bucket lid that I cut out. So, you know, you may have something else lying around different. Basically, all I'm doing is I'm tracing out this piece. Basically, I'm making a pad for it. And if I need two of these, then I can cut two of them together. And being cardboard glue that I'm using, which is Gorilla Glue, possibly will bond together better. Okay, and I just got a little cheap pair of scissors. I'll show you how these are supposed to go. these little squares will do is they go here on the inside. So whenever you place that here, when you glue it, it gives a little bit of cushion or spacer for these wings to stick out. So when you put the pieces on the fingers themselves, that will lock open. When you have a bullet in here, they will clear. They have to clear. And it looks like this may be what I need. Okay, so I've got those together. Now, what I'm going to do, get my Gorilla Glue. Now I have a little small C-clamp. I'll show you what I do here. I'll put a little crazy glue on that side. Take my piece of cardboard. Do the same thing on this side. Keeping them flush up on top here. And I'll put some more. Okay. Of course, this is all going to slide around on you anyway when you're first doing this. So you get that C-clamp in place. And then you're going to have to adjust then as well. Because like I said, you want to try to keep these ears square. Okay. Now if you happen to have the squeeze type clamps, that'd probably work better than this screw on, because I have to sit there and try to screw with one hand, hold with the other to get this in place. And try to get that edge square. I've got that on there. And you can see how it looks. I'll just have to set that aside now. I've got to let that dry. And I'm going to let it dry 24 hours before I even attempt to use it and hook it up. I'm just wiping off any excess Gorilla Glue. But that's it right there in a nutshell. Cut it from a tin can, flatten it out, piece of cardboard. I can't remember what the other guy used. He said something about I don't know if it was a tray out of a refrigerator or what it was, but like I said, I used a butter bucket lid first, 2 layers of it on my first one over there, and then I went to this cardboard knowing that the Gorilla Glue get absorbed in the fibers of the cardboard. This thing may hold a whole lot better. Gorilla Glue may not be the right thing to use. I thought about using JB Weld, but there it is. That's the mod to that part. So I set that aside and let it dry. And now I'll show you how. Of course, I've got to get another disc on here because I broke that one. But I'll show you how. I think I showed you these before. You buy men's clothes, women's clothes, whatever. Get these little plastic clips. Now I've already cut the end, one end off of this. that's what I've got on the fingers here. And basically what I've done is, now of course I don't do it this way, but these are about the right thickness and they fit right on the side right there, and I grind them down to where they fit. So let me get the disc changed and I'll show you how I did that.